What's up, Renegades? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. Apologies for going missing basically for the last 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks ago that I dropped my last video. Basically, that was the day that my son came home from school, and at night he just started coughing, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, maybe he's like, choking on his food, like he has a sensitive gag reflex. But then like through the night, horrible night, I had to help him, sleep through the night, and he woke up full blown sick. And then the next night, because obviously if one person gets sick in the house, my younger baby, he got sick. So then, he wakes up sick the next morning, and then my wife is like, the next day, she's like, I feel a tickle in my throat. I'm like, oh no. And then I started feeling like a little bit. I didn't get full blown sick though, so I feel good about that. I feel like my immune system's doing a good thing. It's fighting stuff off. So I didn't get full blown sick, but basically the whole house went down, and Zane stayed home from preschool, and that kills basically my recording time, because I record right now. It's 9 a.m. This is when he's at school. So it was a rough last 11, 12 days or whatever it's been. But we're back, and I thought I would do something a little bit more fun to get back into the groove and then get back into the requests. I know we have requests for Ren. We have requests for Big Push. I also want to do the... there was like a feature with somebody. I forgot again. I'll have to go check the comments to remember. But anyways, let's jump into this. This is Right Here, Right Now. Obviously, I feel like majority of people probably know Fatboy Slim, Right Here, Right Now, the original. So I'm assuming it's going to be to that music. Let's find out.
Weekend ravers, packs of quavers, blurry nights and Rizzler papers, bus pass savers, record players, turn them up and wake the neighbours. Find your saviour in a Jaeger, drink it now, regret it later. Dodgy flavours, misbehaviour, morning afters, mashed potatoes. Britain, God save our great...
Okay. Look, I'm gonna be rusty. Let's wheel it up. Let's pull it back. I heard, what do you say? Quavers? Isn't that chips? Or you guys say crisps. All right, let's lock in.
Weekend ravers, packs of quavers, blurry nights and Rizzler papers, bus pass savers, record players, turn them up and wake the neighbours. Find your saviour in a Jaeger, drink it now, regret it later. Dodgy flavours, misbehaviour, morning afters, mashed potatoes. Britain, God save our Great Britain. Cans of Stella, fish and chips and Hollyoaks and bad decisions. Hypocrites and politicians. £2 scratch card on a mission. Mug of Tetleys, it's tradition. Super noodles, malnutrition, living on the streets of Britain.
Super noodle malnutrition. Yo, listen, man. I feel like I would have been borderline at some point. I abused the heck out of instant noodles. I'm assuming that's what he's referencing there, but he could be referencing something else. But that's what I think of. I'm like, yo, it was cheap. You could eat a lot of it, and it was probably destroying everything inside your body.
It's tradition. Super noodles, malnutrition, living on the streets of Britain.
Right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here.
Stella.
Right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now.
Broke and hella skin, sign on benefits. Eye for an eye, do a line for the hell of it. Prime time deficit.
I was not expecting that. Okay, let's do that again. That was super dope.
can hella skin, sign on benefits. Eye for an eye, do a line for the hell of it. Prime time deficit, Asbo, decadent. Cuts and bruises on my exoskeleton. Don Diggy, I'm Don diligent. Yes, I'm addressing the room with the elephant. Dress so elegant, Nike veteran. 1990s tracksuit, wear it in. Oh, when I do laps on the track with my flow, call me the baker, I need dough. King of the north, I'm the
Call me the baker, I need dough. That reminds me of one of my favorite lines from the Fire in the Booth. The need dough. Yeah, that was a really good one.
room with the elephant. Dress so elegant, Nike veteran. 1990s tracksuit, wear it in. Oh, when I do laps on the track with my flow, call me the baker, I need dough. King of the north, I'm the new Jon Snow. Game of Thrones, climbing up the window, up the wall. Game of Thrones, climbing up the window, up the wall.
I love that because also that song is from Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, but he just said Jon Snow, Lil Jon, obviously North. There's the wall in Game of Thrones. Ah, man, good times, Game of Thrones.
And I hop your fence parkour, and I break down your front door, and I'm meeting with your lover, cause I love her.
Up your fence parkour.
And I hop your fence parkour.
Listen, I know I'm pausing a lot right here, but there's only one thing I think of when I hear someone say parkour, and that's got to be The Office. But I realize I might be talking to the wrong crowd because you guys probably prefer the British Office. I don't know if I'm making assumptions here, but I have watched the British Office. I think it's like very British humor. It's completely different than like the American humor. I feel like American humor is a little bit more like, you know, dumbed down, like in your face, slapstick almost. And I feel like British humor can be a little bit dry, a lot more witty in my opinion. Anyways, I love both. So.
And I break down your front door, and I'm meeting with your lover, cause I love her. Am I going undercover with no rubber? I'm a fucker, I'm a real jiggy bugger.
Going undercover. But listen, PSA, I say this whenever I'm reacting to certain artists that tend to say this a lot. Don't do that though. Like, you know, protection, safe, just, be safe. It's an awkward conversation to have. For the purpose of entertainment, that's awesome, but you don't do that. PSA.
Front door, and I'm meeting with your lover, cause I love her. Am I going undercover with no rubber? I'm a fucker, I'm a real jiggy bugger. On the front door, shit, it's a brother. He's a mean mother sucker. He threw me an uppercut, so I duck it in the diver. I'm still covered in saliva. He's a psycho and it's primal. It's a game of survival, so I bolt for the back door. Pray to the Bible that my legs go Usain Bolt. I hold right here, right now.
Yo, that was nasty. Okay, we're gonna review the lyrics at the end.
Pray to the Bible that my legs go Usain Bolt. I hold right here, right now. That my feet don't fail me now. Back there, back then. When I go back, way back when. Like this, like that. With the weight of the world on my back. Breathe in, relax. Got a Fatboy Slim on the track.
Awesome. That was a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and take a peek down at the lyrics. See some stuff that I may have missed as it was going through. So I mean, like this first opening part was obviously just like a description of like having a good time, going out on the weekends. I recognize quavers, ravers, like raving and stuff. I've never been. I don't think that was ever my scene, but it looks like fun. Bus pass savers, record players. I like that part in a Jaeger, drink it now, regret it later. That was dope. Let me see what else we got here. I feel like there's some references here. So obviously, like, I know Stella, I know Fish and Chips, Hollyoaks. I don't know if that's like a reference. That kind of, sounds like something familiar, but I'm not totally sure. Mug of Tetley's. I think that's tea. Yes, potentially. This was the part I wanted to see what he said because I heard this. Cuts and bruises on my exoskeleton. Okay. Don Don Diggy, I'm Don Don Diligent. You know, I don't. This it has nothing to do with what he's doing on the track. But the moment I heard him say Don Diligent, it immediately reminded me of the gangster John Dillinger. I don't know why that was like the first thing that came to my head. Um, I'm addressing the room with the elephant. I like the way he did that too, because people say elephant in the room, but if he did it that way, he needed the elephant to be on the end rhyme. So it's just a clever way for him to kind of jumble up the sentence. We still get the point of what he's saying, the room with the elephant. Well, if you're talking about the room with the elephant, then the elephant is in that room. So it's just a really cool way for him to jumble up that sentence, still have it make sense, and fit with the rhyme scheme that he was going with. So I really like that part. Let's see. Obviously, I like the Doe one. That reminded me of game of Fire in the Booth. Parkour. Yeah, this part we're not gonna talk about it again. We talked about it enough, but this part was super dope. So when he went into this thing about the front door, shoot, it's her brother. He's a mean mother sucker. He threw me an uppercutter or cut. But the way he said it, it just the way he rhymed this whole thing, the flow that he used, it was just super super dope. And then obviously we had the Usain Bolt reference there. So super cool. Just thought I'd quickly glance through the lyrics, see if there's anything I greatly missed. But I think this one was kind of just like more fun. A display of his kind of versatility to be able to rap over pretty much anything and still deliver not just the versatility that he's rapping over something different than what he usually raps over, but seeing the diversity within the song of like the different flows and deliveries and patterns that he gave us, which is super cool. Anyways, comment down below, guys. Let me know what I should be checking out next, and I'll jump on it ASAP. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.